Hello, boys, girls, and others. My name is Chancellor Chairlizard, and with me I have...
Master Jiggly Wiggly.
I don't know why I did this intro, but I'm gonna continue doing it. So, today we have a deck profile of my second place winning deck at the League Champion Challenge, that I went to with Master Jigglypuff.
Oh yeah.
So here's that Volcarona. It's pretty fancy. I'll put it over on the Charizard.
If you like his mat, leave a like.
Yeah, I made it myself. Alright, so what I played was Rainbow Road with the Rainbow Force Xerneas. So it has the attack Rainbow Force. We're going to ignore the second one because it sucks, but this attack does 30 more damage for each type of Pokemon on your bench. So I have a couple ways to abuse that, and it is quite fun.
Not including the Volcarona.
Yeah, Volcarona's not included. Alright, so first I play a 2-2 line of Pawniard and B-Sharp. Now I played them because B-Sharp has a Dark and Steel type, so he counts as 2 types or 60 damage on your bench. And he has the Retaliate attack, which does 30 plus 60 if your Pokemon was knocked out last turn. And since it's both Dark and Steel type, it can hit weakness on both of those types. So it can't hit a knockout on Fairy type Pokemon because they're resistant to Dark, but it can hit a knockout on Xerneas Break, so it's kind of fun. If you play against Xerneas Break, you have a pretty good matchup. So I'll leave them there. Next, I play a 2-2 line of Joltik and Galvantula, because Galvantula also has the 2 types. But it also has this really cool attack called Double Thread. So it does 30 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon, but you also apply weakness and resistance. So you can put 60 damage on Shaymins, or on Mega Rayquazas, or things that are weak to grass if you play like a water deck. I don't really know what water...
Play Ogre.
Yeah, I guess. You can do that. And also, the Joltik has free retreat. So if you start a Joltik, you can retreat into a Xerneas or to whatever you want to start with instead of Joltik, which is pretty cool. Alright, now here's where it gets a little weird and different from other decks. I play a 2-2 line of Garbodor because I saw it on the meta deck and I was like, that's a really cool idea and I want to try it out. And I did.
In the card.
So normally this helps you a lot against the Volcanion matchup.
Hey.
But I lost to Master Jigglypuff, who was playing Volcanion because I'm bad.
Oh, choose Xerneas as reprise, that's why.
Well, and I dead drew, but you know. Anyways, so it does have a Garbotoxin, which shuts off all abilities except for Garbotoxin if you have a tool on the Garbodor. So it can also help against decks that are reliant on Hoopa or Shaymin or even Octillery. Like, it's really cool. Alright. Then I play one Volcanion EX because he has the dual type, and that's it. He doesn't have anything special about him. There's no alternate uses. You throw a Lodestone on him and you hope for the best.
The only thing that's the same is that you, in both Volcanion EX decks and in Rainbow Road, you always want a Floatstone on your Volcanion EXs.
Alright, so finally I play 2 Shaymins for draw support. I mean, I don't really need to explain it. It's just really good. Alright, so here's the staples. I play 4 Professor Sycamore. I play 4 Versus Seeker. I play 4 Trainer's Mail. I play 4 Ultra Ball. Alright, 2 Lysander. You can bring up Pokemon off your bench. You know, Ultra Ball, you know. I don't need... You guys know what everything does. I do play 4 Trainer's Mail, though, because I run some tool cards that I want to draw into, so... I don't like cutting one, but it's possible. But it's really... It helps with consistency. Then I have 2 N's for draw support. And then I play 3 Skyfields. Now, Skyfield is a little bit iffy with this deck because you don't really need it. Because if you look, you only have 6 Pokemon that you really play. So, say, it's really good for countering a Parallel City, though, because Parallel City kind of shuts you down a little bit. So it would only, your maximum damage would only be 130, I think, with 6 different types if you had B-Sharp, Galvantula, and Volcanion. So it helps to counter a Parallel City, and then you can like drop Shaymins and, you know, a lot...
6 is an 180.
Is it?
Yeah, 3 times.
Oh yeah, so it's, I mean, you knock out... Anyways, well, my math is good. Well, that knocks out whatever, but you also need to knock out Mega Pokemon. So Skyfield's good for that, but you can also switch it out for another stadium if you feel so. Then I play 2 Super Rods. Now, it's weird about 2 Super Rods. You could cut it to 1 if you really wanted to, if you felt like there was another space you wanted. But as I run a lot of Pokemon, I also end up discarding a lot of Pokemon. So I like to have 2 super rods as sort of like, even if I drop one, I still have it if I need it, but also I have Pokemon when it helps me get them back in. Alright, that's off the screen. Let's see. There we go. Then I play 2 Floatstone. Actually, you know what? I think that should be 3 Floatstone. I'm not sure, but yeah. Here, I'll just do this. Alright, so... Sorry, I've changed the deck since the tournament, and I'll talk to you guys about what I did to it afterwards, but I play 3 Floatstone because Garbodor needs Floatstone and also Volcanion, and 3 is just really good because you hit it more often than not. Then I play 2 EXP Share. Now, EXP Share is weird, and it's probably a tool that nobody knows about, or maybe you do, but it says when your active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, which does not include Bursting Balloon or abilities, because the Greninja matchup sucks, and I hate Bursting Balloon. but it says when your active Pokemon is knocked out from damage from one of your opponent's attack, you may move 1 basic energy card attached to that Pokemon to the Pokemon that this card is attached to. So say you have a Xerneas in the active spot with an energy on it, and you have one without any energies and just an EXP Share. When that one gets knocked out, you move 1 back, and then you can attach a DCE, and you have another Rainbow Force set up for the next turn. And it's really cool, and you can string together a lot of 240 damage attacks, and it's awesome. Alright, so I play 6 Fairy Energies. Now, it's a little low of a count for Fairy Energies, and you could raise it by cutting out a couple cards, like I said, but 6 has hit me, like, I get them when I need them, and it's a really good amount, and I can shuffle in whichever ones I need back with Super Rod. And a lot of times you end up recycling the energies with EXP Share, so it's kind of like you're running 8, but not really. So yeah, and then finally I run, oh wait, there's that Floatstone. Oops, okay. Well, I screwed up somewhere in there. Alright, so make that EXP Share 3, make that Floatstone 3, so that's 3 of both. And then I run 4 double colorless energies. And unfortunately I don't have 4 reverse chicken nuggets, I have to use the old reverse, but it's okay. So DCE, it works with Rainbow Force, and you can attach it to Galvantula or B-Sharp if you need to, and you can also Sky Return with Shaman. So DCE is just a good card to have. Alright, so I'm going to cut this real quick and clean up the deck list so it looks pretty. Alright, so I'm back. I laid out the deck list all pretty like, and I'm going to explain to you guys some stuff that I would cut if, or, just things that I changed currently. Okay, so the first thing I did is I took out Garbodor. Now, taking out Garbodor is like it's a little different. I say that a lot. It's now Garbodor does help you, but it's also kind of inconsistent. Like sometimes you'll Sycamore into just a dead hand full of evolution Pokemon or Pokemon you can't play at the time, and I think that running less Pokemon is good. But at this point, that means I've taken out a type of Pokemon, so I'm down to what, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8 Pokemon. So the Psychic Pokemon I put in was a Fates Collide Mew. Now, Fates Collide Mew is really cool. It has the Memories of Dawn, so you can use Rainbow Force if you want to. Now, I specifically run it because it has Free Retreat and it has the Encounter attack, but it can also be Rainbow Force, and you can use it against some popular decks like Mega Mewtwo. It hits weakness on Mega Mewtwo, and that's really awesome. So even if they Parallel City you, you can still take a knockout on the Mega. So that's a really cool card that I put in. Now some other cards I put in are Escape Rope. Sorry, I just fanned out all my stuff. What did I take out? I think I took out a Floatstone because you don't need an extra Floatstone now, and I put in an Escape Rope because say they have like a Fright Knight, Yveltal, or you don't have a Floatstone and you already have a tool attached to a Pokemon, you can Escape Rope your Pokemon out of the active while also forcing your opponent to switch into a Pokemon. So that's pretty cool. Alright, then I have a Special Charge. Now the thing about Special Charge is that with Xerneas, hopefully, especially with this build, you want to play a 6-prize game where your opponent has to take 6 knockouts to win the game, but you only have to take 3. So Special Charge helps with that because say you get all of your Xerneas set up, and it's stretching a little bit. You're probably not going to do that, but if you do, you're going to drop all of your double colorless energy, and all you're going to be left with is the fairies. Now, with EXP Share, you can set up a Xerneas with 3 energies on it, but more often than not, that's not going to happen. So you want to have Special Charge to shuffle in your DCEs so that you can get easier knockouts and just have a better time. Now the card I took out for that was actually a Trainer's Mail. Earlier I said that I didn't want to take a Trainer's Mail out for something because I have a lot of tools that I'm playing, but I think that special charge is a little bit more important than the tools at that point because it can really win you a game. Alright, next I have 2 Bridget. So Bridget's really cool. This is another thing I got off of the meta deck. It's, it's a really cool choice that they had, and I liked it a lot. So what it says is search your deck for 1 basic EX Pokemon or 3 basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. So it doesn't go to your hand, it goes directly to your bench. Now that's important because you cannot say Bridget for a Shaman EX and play the Shaman because it goes to your bench and set up. It says that you have to play the Pokemon from your hand, so you would not be able to use the setup Sky Return. But with Bridget, you can grab a Mew, you can grab Joltik, you can grab Pawniard, and you can grab Xerneas. So even say you start Joltik, you grab Mew, Pawniard, Xerneas, and you have a bunch of Pokemon set up. And it's awesome. Alright, so I play 2 of those because on the first turn it can really change the game. I honestly do not remember what I took out for these. But
alright, so these are the cards I took out the Garbodor line for. I forgot, and then I remembered after I was done.
Or not finally, there's one more after that. I have a Karen. So for Karen, I took out a Super Rod. It says each player shuffles all Pokemon in his or her discard back into her deck. Now I explained with Super Rod that I run out of Pokemon a lot. I have to Ultra Ball or Sycamore them away, and I just, I have them in the discard when I need them on the bench. So with Karen, you can shuffle all your Pokemon back in, and then it's really cool. You can Ultra Ball for it, and it helps, if you only have 1 Xerneas left, you shuffle in 3. It's really cool. When Evolutions comes out, I'll be switching this for a Brock, though, because Brock can get energies as well, which is important. So
and it doesn't benefit your opponent.
That's right, and your opponent doesn't get any Pokemon out of their discard. And so finally, I play 1 Parallel City for a Skyfield. Now, Skyfield isn't super necessary, and you can honestly just play Parallel City instead of Skyfield. But I like playing Skyfield because I can drop extra Shamans when I need them, and it just helps me draw more. But Parallel City is a huge cripple to this deck because a lot of your Pokemon there, you need Pokemon on your bench to hit damage. So if they limit you to 3, you max out and you cannot hit the Mega Pokemon. Or even if you don't have a Joltik or you don't have a Galvantula or B-Sharp, they can limit you to only 100 damage. And it really sucks. But if you can Parallel City them first and put their Pokemon to 3, that means they can't Parallel City you back because it's the same stadium, so they have to rely on either playing another stadium, which still leaves your bench at 5, or they have to play a Delinquent, and there's nothing you can do against the Delinquent anyways. But it really helps because a lot of decks are playing Parallel City, and if you can counter their Parallel City, then you're just in a better spot overall. Alright, so that concludes my deck profile. Sorry if it's all lengthy and weird or whatever, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you guys want to play test it, go for it. I'm posting it online for that specific reason. Tell me if you guys have any success with your list with it, or different, or if you guys hate the deck. I'd love to hear your opinion about it. And I don't know. We sign off. You want to do Master Jigglypuff?
Oh yeah. My name is Master Jigglypuff with
Chancellor Chairlizard.
If you enjoyed today's deck profile by Chancellor Chairlizard, leave a like and comment down below, like he said, I should say.
Yeah.
Your experiences with the deck, if you want to try it out, and congratulate him on getting 2nd place in the comment section. Got a pretty snappy trophy card.
Oh.
And subscribe for daily Pokemon videos, such as vlogs, live streams, pack openings, and much more. And
Goodbye.
we'll see you guys next time.